Nothing quite changed. Nothing quite changes your perspective on life like death. Nothing quite changes your perspective on life like death. 5 years ago today, I was living like what would be perceived as a truly regular life. I was working my job, I was getting up in the morning, trying to make the most out of it, but overall not taking things extremely seriously. I'll never forget, I got this call. My Nana was the center of our family. everyone loved her. We had Christmas at her house. She was a vocal point for all the grandchildren. I mean, truly, truly a special individual. And then out of nowhere, she had a surgery scheduled on her leg. She had some ongoing health issues, but like I said, was perceived as very healthy. And she never made it out, right? After spending a week in the ICU, watching someone in a vegetated state not wake up, watching my dad beg her to wake up. I didn't realize it at the time, but that was one of the single greatest changes that ever happened in my life. Look, I know we hear about it all the time, but that was like the first true experience where there was this fundamental perspective change. Up close and personal with death, I knew life was too short and I just had to go get it. This is a video about what it means to invest in yourself. I take all of my investments very seriously, but none more so than the ones that I make into me. So we are down here in Ruston, Washington, the home of my first condo. Before her passing, my Nana lived here as well. So shortly after her death, I decided this is where I wanted to be, and I bought my first place. Why did I choose to live in an environment that frequently elicited such a powerful emotional response? There's no greater teacher than pain. Volunteering myself to constant affliction was the first real conscious investment I made in myself. Being in that environment served as a constant reminder to live my life how I wanted to live it. So why did I voluntarily subject myself to this consistent pain by being in this environment? It was simple. Pain is the greatest teacher there is. And by having that day in and day out reminder, I got what I needed to consistently live my life how I wanted to live it. There were days I would wake up in the morning and mid-walk, I would go sit at her bench. I would cry. It could last for 30, 45 minutes, but it was the reminder, it was the perspective, and ultimately that was the catalyst that propelled me forward to a more successful life. Big investments are often difficult, but they're necessary to get you where you want to go. You see that unit there, right above Jewel Box Cafe? That's where dreams are incubated. We built an 8-figure business there out of a 2-bedroom condo. And yeah, like that's an accomplishment in its own right, but I was more thankful for what the process